Donte Williams here with Isaiah Pola-Mao on the far side. Kedon Slovis here. We'll ask Coach to make some opening comments and we'll take some questions.
Well, the guys fought to the end, but that's not good enough, right, at all, especially for USC. So, we won some early downs on first down, but still got them in some, third and manageable situations, and they capitalized on us. It was a moment there that the quarterback looked like he just couldn't miss, and whether it was over the top or underneath coverages, we weren't doing enough. At the same time, on offense, we started running the ball, and then it got a little stalemate. Right? Special teams, too many miscues and things like that. We gotta, make sure we come into the bye week and focus on us. We got a lot of things we need to clean up as a team, and we're gonna focus on those things and make sure we clean them up.
Donte, what's the level of concern about having the team go into the bye week with a performance like this lingering?
You got to put this game behind you. So it's a high level of concern if people can't put the game behind you. But I know this team. I know the guys in that locker room. I know that we won't have a problem with doing that. There'll be guys in there tomorrow watching film to make sure they do what they got to do to make sure we get ourselves prepared.
Donte, what's the biggest focus as you see it heading into the bye week?
Us. Making sure that we're playing the right guys, making sure we're calling the right plays, making sure we're doing things the right way to make sure this is the first half of the regular season. So we have a whole second half to go. So we got to make sure we got the right combination of guys and plays going on that field.
What can you tell us about Michael Trigg and his status?
I don't know, to be honest. They said, it was a lower leg injury. Until the MRI and stuff like that comes back, I don't know.
Hey, Coach, those big plays that you talk about, was that a matter of scheme or personnel just not getting the job done?
It's a matter of both. Anytime a big play happens, it's going to be what we call, what we don't call. At the same time, credit to Utah because they capitalize on them. And, we got to make sure those things don't happen. There's way too many big plays on that field tonight, not in our favor.
Coach, you talk about being able to look at them in the eyes and seeing if they have it. Are you seeing that fight all the way through the game on both sides of the ball?
I am. You see at the end of the play, you see Kedon still rolls out and throws the ball deep, and the guy goes hit up and still catches the pass. At the same time, you see the defense still fighting, trying to get stops. And, they're selling out to stop the run, and, even the last play, they, throw a pass over our head. So I see guys still fighting, I don't see guys giving up, but the fight is not good enough. You also got to execute in the fight.
How can you explain the way this team has played at home this year versus the way it's played on the road? It's looked like two entirely different teams at some points.
Well, on the road, it's only us. Right? It's a business trip, so you try to make everything at home the same way. Business trip, it's us, right? At the same time, it's a roller coaster. It's been up and down, which usually is the other way around for teams. Usually they play great at home and bad on the road. So we're going to continue to make sure things are tweaked the way they need to tweak it to where we can perform either way it goes.
Isaiah, it seemed like the secondary was having some issues there, just with Rising in general. What was he doing, or what were the problems as you saw it?
Like Coach said, it's like he couldn't miss. He just made great plays, and credit to them. They had a good game plan, and we just have to win our one-on-one battles.
Isaiah, how did that lead flicker impact the way the team went into the locker room and came out after halftime?
They for sure had some, energy shift, but we tried to keep it on our side. But at the end of the day, they made plays and we didn't.
I know this might be a difficult question to ask right now, but when the older guys on the team, the veterans, are struggling, are you putting any thought to playing some of the younger players later in the game, especially when the score seems out of touch?
Later in the game, I'm thinking about playing some of the younger guys early in the game. Like, it's competition always, so the better guys need to play, right, to succeed. Just because you're a senior or a junior doesn't mean that you just play. The better player needs to play.
Kedon, can you talk about some of the early red zone struggles? You guys got some pretty good drives there to start the game. Just kind of from your point of view, what went wrong down there?
I think the main thing is you just can't stay behind the sticks. I have to go back. It feels like a long time ago now, but I think every time we got stopped, we had a penalty or a sack or something like that, that kind of gets me on the sticks. And you play defense that makes you, take 10, 15 plays to go score. You can't do that.
One thing regarding the young guys, do you expect some personnel changes after the bye?
It's going to be competition, so I definitely do. We have some young guys that are really good players that are banged up right now too. So, it's a little mixture of both, but it's always going to be open competition here, right? That's why people come to SC to play with the best and to play against the best. So we got to make sure, us as coaches, that we're evaluating the right way to make sure we get those guys on the field.
What do you think of the way the offensive line played?
I mean, at times they played really well as far as running the ball. You know, they protected Kedon well at times, but at the same time, it was plays that they didn't, right? So it's the same way, it's the whole team right now. It's a little bit of a roller coaster, so I need to make sure that it's not a roller coaster and everybody's on the same train tracks.
Kedon and Isaiah, how would you describe the locker room after this game?
I think we just have to lean on each other, you know, not really separate and not have people going down on the other end of the field or just, you know, kind of being by themselves. I think we all need to lean on each other.
Hey, Keenan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was there another question?
There you go.
Obviously, you have a rapport with London. Do you enjoy hitting them while playing an inside or outside better? Is there a preference? I mean, you hit them all over the field today, obviously.
When we put him inside or outside,
Yeah.
wherever he gets open, you know, he's the best receiver in the country. So we try to dial stuff up for him, and that means moving around and getting the best look for him. And you know, if they overplay it too, that gets the other guys more open.
Donte, you've talked a lot about accountability over the past month or so. Do you feel like that message has stuck in the way that you wanted it to?
You know what? It's a process, right? So Saturday is all about the work that you put in. You go put in work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, throughout the week, right? And it's a process on Saturday. It sucks that at home you can't see the finished product of that process, right? So that's where it's a disconnect. So if you look at the accountability in that locker room, yes, I do like the way that we're going accountability-wise. There's a lot of things that we changed and the players have stepped up and done it. But at the same time, it's a process, right? So the finished product on Saturday, you know, it hasn't shown the reward in which it should.
Isaiah, is there a way to, can you describe the frustration level you might be feeling right now? Is there a frustration level on your end?
I mean, yeah, losses suck. You know, of course it's frustrating, but it's already behind us, honestly. You know, I'm ready to go in, look at this film, and just start moving on.
Donte, does this feel like the right time for a bye? Does it help to have a bye right now?
I mean, it helps to get some guys healthy, right? So in that process, it definitely does help. At the same time, like this team has went through a lot through the first half of the season, right? So I think we're fortunate enough that the bye happens right in the middle of our regular season, right? We're gonna come and make sure we're prepared to keep going.
Let's go one more. Kedon, what do you kind of reset the goals on the rest of the way now, the team?
Our goals to win every game of that schedule. We're good enough to. We have the guys to do it. You know, it doesn't change just because we lose a game here or there. So again, nothing changes.